Hi guys, Mrnewmobile here. Redmi Note 10 top features. Please subscribe followed by the bell. You can also keep up on Facebook, Twitter by clicking the links in the description. Redmi Note 10 is the base version of Redmi's new Note 10 series, which includes the Redmi Note 10 Pro and Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Historically, the Redmi Note is not the phone for cutting-edge performance, but rather provides good value and a good screen. We find out whether the latest base version lives up to this. The Redmi Note 10 has a very comfortable size and fits well in the palm of your hand. I tested the frost white color variant, which is somewhere between a white and a light gray. It's a nice color option. What I love about the back panel is the matte texture. It has a satin feel and doesn't feel as slippery as a glossy back. The matte texture also keeps it free from annoying fingerprints. The provided plastic cover does a good job of protecting the phone, but the textured feel of the back and the color are lost. This phone, despite its price, feels premium. In a blind test of build quality, few would be able to guess the value segment that this phone plays in. We have gotten to a place in phone manufacturing where I think most companies are able to execute a premium feel, even with affordable devices. The Redmi Note 10 also has all the bells and whistles abandoned by other phone makers, such as the lovable headphone port, the super useful infrared port, and stereo sound. The Note 10 also has a micro SD card slot for upgradable storage, up to 512 GB more on the inside. The phone features a Snapdragon 678 SoC. While this isn't a top-end mobile processor, it is no slouch either. The Redmi Note 10 consistently performed well while browsing, watching movies, and listening to music. There were no dips in the performance. Most games also played well with this device. I could play Garena Free Fire with no issues. However, heavy games such as Genshin Impact had visible issues and stuttering, but were still playable. The phone does heat up while gaming, but it remains reasonable to hold on to the device. The one thing the Note 10 is lacking is 5G. The processor used in the phone can only do 4G plus or lower. This would have been problematic for a flagship, but in this segment, it doesn't matter. We are at least a year or more away from 5G coverage. While some pockets might get 5G early, most people won't have 5G access before the end of 2022. I would rather have a cost benefit than a feature I can't use for at least the next entire year. The display on the Redmi Note 10 is one of its highlights. It's a 6.43-inch FHD plus Super AMOLED display that features a 4:1 contrast ratio. The screen is bright enough to read the text under direct sunlight and is protected by Gorilla Glass 3. It's ideal for media consumption, and paired with its stereo speakers, this thing is a winner. The bright screen is a power guzzler, so if you plan to watch hours of video content, have a power bank or the charger handy. This display doesn't have a high refresh rate like its Pro Max sibling. This is not an issue because this is not a gaming phone, and at this price, the trade-off is a good one. Xiaomi has made a lot of good choices here, and this is reflected in the end product. During the early days of Xiaomi, I loved their UI. There were a lot of customizations, no adverts, and it still performed very well. Over the years, the software has stopped taking risks and is going straight for the bank. The operating system is very generic. It still performs all functions well, and you won't find it lacking in any way. But there is no creativity. The OS has a good selection of utility built in, but comes with a lot of bloatware. The bloatware apps included get annoying fast, and there is no way to remove them. Though the level of intrusion is better than before and Xiaomi is taking feedback well, it is still a lot for my tastes. They still have a way to go, but I think they are getting there. While gaming on this device, gaming console pops out. It lets you record the screen, take screenshots, allows casting, and aids with clearing memory. It's useful and nice to see included in this phone as well. The Redmi Note 10 has a quad camera setup with a 48MP main camera, an 8MP ultra-wide, a 2MP depth sensor, and a 2MP macro. The camera's output both in video and photos is excellent during the day. Colors are reproduced well, and the wealth of colorizing options and modes make for interesting pictures. Where it doesn't do well is with night photography. Without night mode activated, and with indirect light, the pictures turn out dark and grainy. With the mode turned on, the same pictures are visible, but still too grainy to use. However, with a decent light source, even in the dark, the camera can produce very good contrast in images, with very little grain. There is no super macro mode here like in the Note 10 Pro Max. Instead, there is a regular macro mode that produces very good results even in the video. As long as the subject is well-lit, daylight images from the main camera, wide angle and macro are all of the very good quality. However, like its more expensive sibling, this one is not a good slow motion camera. It produces way too much ghosting. Even in daylight, the Redmi Note 10 has an impressive battery, and it gave me around 6 hours of heavy gaming in regular use. This should last more than a day if you turn on all the battery saving features and are judicious with your phone use. The battery life stretching to 48 hours. The phone took 25 minutes to get a 50% charge, while a full charge takes a little over an hour and a half. This is thanks to the included 33W fast charger. That is it, guys, and if you are new here, please subscribe, like the video, comment. Thanks for watching. See you on my next video. Peace out.